With the Iran ceasefire possibly over, can we expect the resumption of full-scale hostilities?
They are behaving very badly, as they have for 47 years. And, we hit them hard last night after they launched a couple of, you don't have to know about this, you got stuff on your mind, but they launched a couple of drones and one rocket, one missile, and at ships, because they were in the strait, which they have every right to be. And so we hit them very hard last night, very, very hard. Probably hit them hard again tonight. I'll give them a little warning, we're going to hit them hard tonight. But we'll see how it all works out. No, I'm not happy with them. It's like, for instance, we'll have a meeting and we'll talk about the denuclearization of Iran, because that's what the war is. It's not a war, it's really the denuclearization of Iran. And we'll have a meeting and we'll talk about just that. That's because my whole thing is not about regime change. It's not about, although I think it's regime change when you knock out the first group, the second group, and now you're at the, I think that's maybe the ultimate regime change, but that's not what it's about. It's about, we don't want them to have nuclear weapons, and it's denuking or denuclearization, and I think we've made a lot of progress, and they'll get out of the room. We'll talk about it like we're here. They'll agree on everything, and then they'll go have a news conference and say we never even talked about it. They're cuckoo. There's something wrong with these people. And for 47 years, they've been the bully of the Middle East, and they're not the bully anymore. They're not the bully anymore. And all we want, it's very simple. They can't have a nuclear weapon. That's what I'm there for.
President Trump, sir, President Trump.
If they did, they'd use it, and we're not going to let that
President
happen.
Trump, sir.
On June 17, 2026, President Trump and Iran signed a ceasefire agreement. Both sides agreed to stop fighting. Iran agreed to stop attacking ships in the Strait of Hormuz. The United States agreed to pause military operations. For a few weeks, it held. Then on July 7th, Iran attacked 3 commercial ships in international waters. The United States Central Command called it a clear and dangerous violation of the ceasefire. The U.S. military responded the same day, striking over 80 Iranian targets, including air defense systems, command and control networks, and more than 60 Revolutionary Guard boats in the strait. Here is why it matters. Every day, roughly 20 million barrels of oil pass through the Strait of Hormuz. That is 20% of global petroleum consumption moving through a channel 21 miles wide. When Iran attacks ships there, oil prices spike. When the strait closes, the entire global economy feels it. On July 7th, oil prices jumped more than 5%. This is not just a military conflict. The arteries of the global...
Look, oil is now at a level that it was, I think it's even lower on a barrel basis than it was before we started. We've gotten concessions, and they have to hold those concessions, but there'll be no nuclear weapon. We're going to be getting the, as I call it, dust, the enriched material, nuclear dust, I call it. Seems to have taken off, but it's enriched material. We're getting it. We're getting it. I went in for one reason, very strongly, that Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. I'm not looking for regime change, although this is regime change. The first regime is gone. The second regime is gone. And I think the third regime is more reasonable, but we'll find out. And our great Navy, which did the greatest blockade anyone's ever seen, not one ship got through in 2 months. And we then freed up the blockade because we're close to maybe making a deal. I don't know. We'll make either. Look, we're going to win one way or the other. We're either going to make a deal or we're going to finish the job, okay? And it won't be tough to finish the job. I'd rather make a deal because I don't want to affect 91 million people. We can knock down their bridges in 1 hour. We can knock out their energy supply, all of those big plants that they built, big, beautiful, modern plants. They had a lot of money. They don't have any money now. We haven't given them any money. But we can knock out their electricity and power generating plants in, I would say, a small part of an afternoon. Every plant will be gone. And they know that. They know that. And I'm a person that loves sports, who's a good athlete. And I understand sports really well.